Emily, a very good afternoon to you and well done for hosting the third edition of this tournament.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so this is the third tournament, it's the third edition actually. What inspired the first one and what keeps you going as a bank?
So the inspiration for the first one really came from our belief of young people and their potential in Zimbabwe. So when we look at golfing as a sport, it's still upcoming in the sense that you don't get a lot of our young people in disadvantaged communities playing golf. But golf has a discipline, a perseverance, a demand for focus that as First Capital Bank, we believe strongly makes successful individuals, not even successful sports people, but individuals. So we want to be a part of that growth story for young people in Zimbabwe.
Indeed, a growth story. There's a lot of youngsters who have passed through this tournament here and they've gone to compete in some of the world's most prestigious and competitive competitions out there, whether in here in Zimbabwe, in our Zim Open, the region, or elsewhere. How does that make you feel that what you began is actually bearing fruit?
It actually makes us feel like this is all worth it. Because when we look at the stories, we have people from 10 countries participating. Imagine 10 countries, and some of those are global countries. Coming to Zimbabwe, our beautiful Zimbabwe, just having an opportunity to not only play competitively, but to also become successful in that field. So when we look at success, it really starts with belief, which is what we're all about at First Capital Bank. And it's another opportunity to showcase that belief really does start first.
All right. So if you look at the numbers of the participants that have been coming here, whether they are coming from foreign lands or locally, we see that the numbers, they've been so different. The boys have been so plenty from the girls' numbers. What would be your exhortation to the girl child out there, both locally or even internationally, in terms of sport, golf in particular?
So I'm loving the fact that from last year, if I compare, the girl child really has become more prominent in these tournaments. I find that young girls are playing competitive sports in areas where they would not have thought of before. And actually, they may actually even be better than some of the guys. So it's the beauty about golf is that it's not only about your strength to hit, but it's also about the focus and the energy that you have. It's a strategic game, and strategy is not necessarily about physical power. So it's another opportunity for young girls to showcase how focused and intelligent they are. This year, I hear that the playoffs were with the girls, not the boys, so that should tell you something. It's more competitive with the girls out there, because women, we rule the world, right? Right?
Right, yeah, I totally agree, Emily. I agree. Okay, so moving on ahead, what can you expect to see the future of this tournament?
So we expect it to really grow and to become one of the most prominent golf tournaments not only in Southern Africa, but in Africa. We also take it as an opportunity to once again showcase Zimbabwe, what is in Zimbabwe, the hospitality of Zimbabweans. So we want to continue to nurture that because we have a story to tell, and it's a great story, and we want it to start in Zim.
Wonderful. So apart from golf, as a bank, I see that your desire to see the youth rise is next to none. Are there any other maybe areas that you're also investing in terms of empowerment for the young people?
Absolutely. You'll find that this year we're investing in school rugby. You'll also see us very prominent in school basketball. And we're looking at other sporting disciplines as well, because the discipline that requires an athlete to become successful is what we want to be partnering with. That sense of obligation, that sense of focus and discipline to do the very best that they can be is where we want to be putting our money, because that's the future of Zimbabwe.